Christ Church of Spitalfields. What a beautiful building. Church was built in 1714, and all 5 of the Jack the Ripper victims would have looked up and seen that. When Annie Chapman was found, the guy knew it was 5:30 because that church bell rang. Yeah, you know, Jack the Ripper would have seen that. The church was built by Nicholas Hawksmoor, and it was originally used by French Huguenots who lived in the area. In the graveyard, most of them behind are French, but there's a very famous song by Small Faces. It's called Ichico Park, and that song was basically about that. So that's Ichico Park behind the church and just in there. And in 1888 they reckon there was 12,000 people sleeping homeless. It was, the majority of it were women and children, because it was such a industrial time. Men could always get a job, providing they were going to workhouses and work 12 hours a day or whatever. But most of the homeless were women and children, and 12,000, they would all sleep in that park and behind that church. But to give you an insight, if anyone hasn't been here, of how kind of close everything is, you know, if you turn around, that building there was Dorset Street, which led into Miller's Court, 13 Miller's Court. So that was where Mary Jane Kelly was murdered. And then you look over there and there's the 10 Bells pub, which I'm going to be going in a minute. It's said to be the most haunted pub in London. All the Jack the Ripper victims drank, well, 2 particularly, Annie Chapman and Mary Kelly, went in there like half an hour before they died. And then over there you've got, behind that bus, you've got the famous Spitalfields Market. That was built in 1887 by, it was opened by Queen Victoria a year before the killings. So everything's kind of so close. So when people often refer to it as Jack the Ripper country or whatever, it's all literally, you know, I mean, that is, anyone's ever been in a Spitalfields Market, it's just ram-packed. But back in that day, it was, you know, there was fish markets, there was basically everything. But yeah, this is Christ Church. Very impressive building. Fournier Street, absolute slum 130 odd years ago, where now there's houses down that street for 4 million. Often Luther's filmed there, Downton Abbey's filmed in there. Oh, there's been so many, you know, always people are filming on there. But yeah, it's Christ Church is in the heart of the East End.